Hi there, this is Keith Abell shooting another quick blog post. Out this morning on one of my normal routines every day. Every day I take a little walk with my granddaughter. Here she is. Say hi, Kyla. Hi, Kyla. Anyhow, every morning we go out and take our little walk, and for the last 18 years, I've been a pharmacist, as most of you guys know, and during that time as a pharmacist, this is something I never had time to do. I mean, I worked anywhere from 70 to 80 hours a week, and didn't have a lot of time to spend with family and do these kind of things. But now, this is something I get to enjoy to do. A few years ago, I read a book by a gentleman named Robert Kiyosaki. It was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that book kind of changed everything in my life for me. It was in that book that I finally grasped the concept of the residual income and trying to find ways to create a residual income. So over the next, few years, because I think I read that book way back in 2007. So over those next few years, even though I was working 70, 80 hours a week at the pharmacy, I was always trying to find a way to generate that extra income, to find a way to create that leveraged income. Hang on a second, I got to go down a bump here. But, a few years back, again, through Robert Kiyosaki in one of the videos that I saw him on, where he was talking about, the best type of business for the average person to get involved with. And that really opened up my eyes and has really been the one thing that's kind of changed everything for me. Anyhow, his concept, the concept of leveraged income, it kind of goes like this. You got people like, some of the country music stars, Madonna, some of the pop stars, they all go out and create an album, something they do one time, and then they make a residual royalty on that for the rest of their life. Now, I, of course, don't have the talent by no means to do something like that, so that wasn't an option for me. Another option is to go out and write a book. Just look at J.K. Rowling and her Harry Potter series. That's earned her millions and millions of dollars in residual income. Again, that's just not something that I have the talent to do. So, again, I had to kind of look for another way. There's another way to create a residual income is through investments. So you have $1 million in investments, and if it averaged about 6% per year in a return, which is pretty conservative, I think Dave Ramsey always says use a figure of 8%, but I'm just going to use a figure of 6%. So you have $1 million invested in various forms of investments, and you're averaging a 6% yield on those investments. Then over your lifetime, that's going to pay you, if you never touch the principal, it's going to pay you $60,000 a year in residual income that comes in regardless of what you do, because it's coming in from the investments that you made. Okay, well, I don't have $1 million to put in the bank, so that wasn't an option for me. Another option that people have is to go out and buy a franchise. Again, it takes a lot of money to buy a franchise. Depending on the franchise, anywhere from $20,000, up to, for a good McDonald's location, up to $1 million. So again, all that was doing is buying you a job. That's the way I looked at it. First of all, did not have that kind of income to invest. And secondly, you're buying yourself the headache of employees and all the other things that go along with that type of thing. Again, to me, that was more buying a job than anything else. And then I came across a gentleman that's become a very good friend of mine now. We've spent a lot of time together in the last year. A gentleman that started building a business in his garage, many decades ago. And he created that business in his garage and has now grown it to a international, publicly traded company that had last year had revenues of $100 million. So, I started to spend a lot of time with this gentleman and learning everything I could. And basically, what he introduced me to is network marketing. That's how he did it. He started out doing network marketing in his garage, became one of the biggest distributors for the company he was in. He says to this day he still holds the record for the most distributors recruited in 1 month. And that's what created the income for him to now be able to do all the other things he likes to do in life. And, like I said, he introduced me to this concept. First heard it through Robert Kiyosaki, because Robert Kiyosaki says that's the best way for the average person as well to create that residual income. So, that's where I am today. He's created the ability to create a residual income. It's a small out-of-pocket expense, very low risk, and that's what affords me to be able to do what I'm doing right now and take my granddaughter for a walk. That's what affords me the ability to take my son to school twice a day. Take him to school, pick him up in the afternoon. That's what gives me the ability to go to the park and shoot all the blog posts that I shoot all the time. That's what's given me the ability now. I'm earning a car bonus. So even though I believe in the Dave Ramsey method of life of not going into debt, so I got the car bonus and I'm not going out immediately and leasing a car, but I'm saving that money and I'm going to buy a car with it. So this is all opportunities that I never had as an employee. As an employee, if I wanted to create extra income, the only way to create the extra income was work extra hours. And I was already working, like I said, 70, 80 hours a week. So there was no way to create extra hours. So I started working on building the business. Actually, this past year, really, this is the first time I've really put a really concerted effort into what I'm doing and got serious with it and have generated a monthly residual income now that I can actually use to help pay, my expenses. It covers my all my bills. I get a nice big tax write-off at the end of the year, so I'm not paying 45 to 55% in taxes like I used to do as an employee. And it gives me the freedom to be able to do things like I'm doing right now. It's given me the freedom to be able to, at a moment's notice, pick up and take off with Dr. Wallach and go to different events across the country with him. It's given me that freedom. It's given me the freedom to meet new and interesting people. It's given me the freedom to improve myself. I spend a lot of time with a lot of self-improvement things, a lot of time reading self-improvement books, and that's kind of it in a nutshell. So anyhow, I guess what I want to do is, if any of this sounds intriguing to you, I'd like for you to take a look at what I'm doing. I love to share with you what I'm doing. I'd love to have you on my team. I've got a team right now of people. I've got people in Texas. I've got distributors down in Alabama and Georgia, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Virginia, New Hampshire, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana. I'm sure I'm leaving a few out there, but I've got a team all over the country. Kentucky, of course, that's where I live. So I've got team members all over the country that have seen what I'm doing and have realized the value in what I'm doing and have taken the bull by the horns and made the decision to change their life. It's a simple business. I'm not going to say it's easy, because it's not easy. You know, you've got to be willing to put in the work. You've got to be willing to do what it takes to make the income that you want. But it's easy work. It's not difficult. I do most of my work from my home. You know, on the computer, on the telephone. That's where I spend the majority of my time. You know, travel a little bit, go out and meet the team members and do presentations for them at their states. But for the most part, it's an easy business once you figure out a method of operation and stick to it and duplicate that through your organization. So anyhow, I'm going to wrap up this blog post. It's, you know, just once again, excuse me, this business affords you the ability to have the freedom to get out there and do some of the things that you enjoy. I have the ability to enjoy a lot of time with my granddaughter, time I've never had with my own family. You know, time that I value so much now. You know, it's just amazing when I look back at what I've lost in my life because of being a slave to the corporate world, to the, in my case, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. job, where the only way you can make extra money is put in more hours, and you're at the mercy of those people. But anyhow, I just kind of want to wrap it up there. Take a look at this is the neighborhood I live in. These are some of the houses that people in my neighborhood have. So kind of take a look around. This is some of the smaller houses in the neighborhood, but you know, this is the kind of things that this kind of life will afford you. This is the kind of things that you will be able to accomplish for yourself when you take charge of yourself and, you know, take your life into your own hands and create that residual income. I mean, guys, how would you like to be making an extra, you know, $1,300 a month? What would that do for your budget? $1,300 a month. Maybe work 5-10 hours a week and generate that extra income. What would it do for your budget if you had a car allowance of an extra $300 a month? What would that do for you? What would it do for you if within just a few months you increase that income to $2,600 per month? Would that allow you to live in homes like these? And what would it do for you if you're making $60,000 a year from your part-time thing? $60,000 a year, you're a virtual millionaire. Remember, if you had $1 million in the bank in investments and it was earning 6% interest, that's $60,000 a year. So, what would that do? That would change your life. Virtual millionaire, $60,000 a month. Residual income, income that continues to grow. I know a lot of people in this business that are, you know, making $500,000 a month extra income. And I know quite a few people that are making as much as $50,000 and $60,000 a month in extra income. So it's amazing what you can do when you find a way to create residual income. It's amazing at the way you can change your life. And it's amazing at just what the possibilities that are out there that you never thought were ever possible. The doors to opportunities that open up when you have that kind of residual income coming in, where you're not dependent on a boss, you're not dependent on punching a clock and spending extra time. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed the blog post today. I would encourage you to go visit my website, aimhighenergy.com. That's AIMHIGHENERGY.com, aimhighenergy.com. I encourage you to go visit that website, complete the questionnaire on there, listen to the story of a couple good friends of mine that, Dave and Barb. She was a beautician, he was a bull rider. They were in bankruptcy, 24 years old, and what this did for them, how this changed their life. It certainly changed my life. I'm looking forward to probably in the next 6 months replacing the income I used to earn as a pharmacist, to never have to go back and work those 12-hour shifts ever again. So anyhow, this is Keith Abell with another blog post. Visit that website, aimhighenergy.com, aimhighenergy.com. And if you like this blog post, be sure to click on the link that's on the website here somewhere and subscribe so you can get my future blog post. Again, Keith Abell. Hope you enjoy it. Just one more look around at some of the houses in my neighborhood. See you guys on the next post.